Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all are having a wonderful and uh, exciting afternoon. Hope your day is going well. I hope it's been a good day for everybody. Listen, I'm not going to be on alone. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and something that really just, I'll be honest with you, really touched me today. And I just want to jump on and just share with you guys something that I experienced today. And I believe this will be something that will be a blessing to somebody who may be watching or listening to this. Today, I went into a restaurant and went in to order some food. And when I talked to when I put in my order, they had like a special, with, like a combo special with drink and, a side and, your main entree. And so I said, yeah, that sounds good. Let me have that. And so I said, well, he gave me the drink cup. So I went over to get sweet tea. I said, you guys have sweet tea? He said, man, I'm sorry, we don't have sweet tea. He said, we're out of sweet tea. I said, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, and just what comes on that entree? And he told me what comes on, and I said, yeah, I'd like to have tomato. He said, man, I'm sorry, we're out of tomatoes. Right? He named like about 4 or 5 things that they were out of. He said, man, I am so sorry. And I said, I said, I'll tell you what. I said, let's do this. I said, let's just wait. I said, I come here, on a regular basis, and I know the food here is good. I said, let's just wait now. I'll just try to come back, another time. He said, man, I'm so sorry. He said, we're just out of stuff. We hadn't had anything, like we're back, been out of supplies for about a month. And so I said, wow, man, yeah, I understand. I said, we'll just wait. So I walked, I walked away, and I came back and I said, yeah, we'll just do a refund. And he said, well, okay. And I noticed he was kind of hesitant and his eyes kind of rolled around. He said, I'll need to call my manager to find out how to give you your refund back, especially since you use a debit card. I said, oh, okay. And so he, called his manager. He said, my manager is not too far away. He's coming with, with the tomatoes. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, well, we'll just go ahead and do the refund. And then, so I thought about it and I said, I'm trying to think, what's the best way to handle this? Because, right, like I'm looking at my watch, I'm like, time is moving. I said, I tell you what, here's what we'll do. I said, you guys just make that as a to-go order, and I'll come back later today and I'll pick that up. He said, man, great. He said, I appreciate that. He said, thanks a lot. He said, man, and so I went back to get the food, excuse me, later on, excuse me, I went back to pick up the food, and he and I got in a conversation, and he said, man, I'm so sorry. He said, what can I give you, man? He said, I just feel so unprofessional having to say to people, we don't have this, we don't have that. He said, man, that's just not a way to run a business, especially a business, with the kind of reputation as this one, right? It's a nationally known franchise. I said, man, no problem. Don't worry about it. So anyway, he kept really, pushing, for me to just take something, right? So he started sharing with me about some of the challenges that they've been having, and he said, we've been out of supplies for about a month, right? Like the higher ups, he's communicated to them that they really need to get supplies, and without sharing too much of anybody's, uh, private, stuff. I'll just limit the information because that's not really where I'm going with this anyway. And so anyway, he said, yeah, he said, man, he said, the lady back there that's fixing the food, man, they pay her, and I won't say exactly what she's paying. I won't say what this restaurant is either. But he says, man, they're paying her, and what they're paying her an hour is less than $8, right? To fix food. And he said, man, we had a manager here, and they were paying that manager, and what they were paying that manager was less than $13 an hour. I'm like, as a manager? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, man. And he said, and then, I got this certification coming up, and if I do this certification, then, I could make up to $18 an hour. And I'm thinking to myself, good luck, right? But he shared with me those things, And I thought about it and I said, Lord, you know what? I believe the reason why these guys are being treated this way is because if anybody will do what it takes to run this business, these guys will do it. Right. And so that's what I want to, want to share with you guys today, man, because you may be that person that it seems like, your generosity gets taken advantage of, right? Like your hard work, it is gets taken advantage of. For some of you, you may be in the position to where, right, like you work hard, you're faithful, you're diligent, you do all that you can to, to try to be the best that you can, but it's like you're not valued for what you do, or you're not valued for the kind of person that you are. And I said to myself, I said, God, that's what it is. I said, these people care. And when, and it's unfortunate, but sometimes, you can be partnered with someone, even as an employee, or, as an associate in a business or a company, you can be partnered with someone who just really don't appreciate just how far you're willing to go to make them a success, right? And I said, that's what it is, dear Lord. What I see is these people, they know that these people will do whatever it takes. And they're the kind of people that even if they are underpaid and undervalued, they're still going to be faithful. So I want to say this to you. If you're that person that you refuse to slack off and back off and, and just be sloppy and be lazy and, and that kind of stuff, if that's you, man, I'm telling you, whether you're a man or a woman, that's character. And I want to personally say thank you. I want to personally say you are making a difference. You are valuable. You are adding value to places, regardless of whether you appreciate it, whether you're shown that you appreciate it or not. So this is what I want to say to you. This is what the Bible says in Galatians 6:9 says this. It says, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So that's my word of encouragement to you today, men and women. If you are that person and you find yourself in a situation where you're just undervalued, underappreciated, or not even appreciated at all, hang on in there. Keep doing it, right? Because excuse me, they can't pay you enough to be the kind of person that you are. They can't pay you enough to do the things that you do for that company. You hang on in there, because listen, just as Galatians 6:9 says, if you continue in doing well, you will reap good stuff. You will reap the benefits. You will reap the rewards of your faithfulness in due season. So hang on in there. God bless you. I love you. Y'all have a good evening.